And 60-second summary of Suicune V, let's go! So this card is great. With Blizzard Rondo, you do 20 damage plus 20 more for each bench Pokemon in play. So if both players have a full bench, you can deal 220 damage. Doesn't sound too amazing, does it? Well, that's where Ludicolo comes in. With Enthusiastic Dance, when you evolve into Ludicolo, your basic Pokemon deal 100 more damage that turn. Put Suicune and Ludicolo together, and you can deal up to 320 damage with that Suicune V for just 2 energy, and one of them is a colorless, so you can run Capture Energy. There's a reason Suicune V is one of the top decks right now, and it's because of the synergy between those cards, the very easy attack cost, and the fact that your opponent has to take at least 3 knockouts to win the game, as opposed to 2 in a typical VMAX deck. Alright, so 0-1 with Suicune. Couldn't draw anything that first game. Let's see if I can actually draw some cards this game. But I have faith. I have faith in Suicune. It's a great deck. It just needs to be able to draw some cards. You know, if you never play a supporter and it's turn 4, you're probably losing anyway. And the deck does not cooperate again. Okay, well that's a decent sign, I think. I will definitely attach the Sobble. There's no reason to use Capacious Bucket because I might need that later. So I guess just next turn it will be Drizzile for a quick ball and hope they don't Marnie me. But as we all know, I get Marnied all the time into nothing. Oh, it's Rapid Strike. Okay, so that's not good. And they have passed to the peak. That's not horrible. So I will just go for the Drizzile. Get a quick ball. Get the Suicune. I don't think it makes sense to use Scoop Up Net here. I think just manually retreating makes more sense. Yeah, I mean if I prized 2 quick balls, that would be why I didn't have one. So I think right here I just quick ball the water, go get a Suicune V, put the Cape of Toughness, attach the energy, do nothing, and just have a fun time from there. No, I'll just take 1 because I don't want to have any more energy on the bottom of my deck than is necessary. And it's Marnie time. So this is tough because if I fill up my bench, they can just knock out Sobble and Drizzile, but I think I have to go for it. I have to say, you know, if you want to knock out my Sobbles, go ahead. I have something in my hand when clearly I do not. I think it makes more sense to leave the Drizzile in the active. I think that actually makes more sense. Because they could use 100 Furious Blows just by attaching to the Rapid Strike Urshifu V. They could also use, what is it, Gale Thrust to do 150. I don't want to have 150 damage on my Suicune if I can avoid it. And Eevee, I just ran a 1-minute ad break, so hopefully you didn't get anything. And perfect. Okay, so here we go. They have nothing going on. They're also probably just waiting for me to do like a Raihan deal. Or they want me to take a knockout, so I use Raihan. Okay, so I could... I can't really bosses and do anything. They have filled up their bench, which is great. I think I'm just going to hope that their last card is not a Raihan, because if it is, that would be horrible. So let's just go for a research. Good. No ads since you're subscribed. Perfect. I'm glad that you're not getting any ads. So I'll just grab another Sobble. You know, it would be perfect to just be able to bosses this Urshifu and knock it out. But I was missing a piece. You know, you're missing a piece, that's not good. And I could Escape Rope, but I kind of want to knock out their Cinccino. And I think it's definitely worth evolving here, because they can't knock that out unless they... Yeah, they don't play the Inteleon, so they can't knock it out. So I'll just put 20 damage on the Urshifu. I have Level Ball for Drizzile next turn. I didn't get the energy because that would make too much sense, right? So that's just a pass. But in the first game, I top decked a Capture Energy like 4 turns in a row. In this game, I can't get any energy. You know, maybe I should have gone for the Melony instead of the research, but you think you're going to research your hand, you're going to be able to get something. And I got absolutely nothing. You know, the good news is if they want to, well, they don't even have a VMAX. So that Gale Thrust won't do anything. They will have to use either 100 Furious Blows or the Gmax Rapid Flow. It's a bit refreshing to see a deck with different support Pokemon. Yeah, the new Rapid Strike Urshifu deck is playing Cinccino instead of Inteleon. I guess just because it's a bit faster. And here we go. Are they going to go after... Are you going to go after both my Pokemon? Okay, so they went after the Lombre. That's fine. It's a bit annoying, but they're out of their energy. I'm not going to do anything crazy here. So I think it's just time for a Capacious Bucket, and it's also time for me to do some math. So get ready for just a horrible time here. So I'll just Level Ball for a Lotad. I will have to do math because I have the Melony. So I'll Level Ball for Lotad and just hope for the best here. What do you mean? Standard's not fast. I mean, all you have to do is take 2 knockouts and you win the game. You can win by turn 3. That's pretty slow if you ask me. Okay, so we're attaching to the active. We have a backup energy. That's perfect. Okay, so I'm doing 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 120, 140, 160, 180, 200, 220. It doesn't make sense to quick shooting the active. So I will quick shooting the benched one because I'm going to have to 2-shot this thing anyway. So that's just a beefy Pokemon. But Suicune V, you know, I like it. But my opponent was able to snipe that Lombre, and that would have allowed me to 1-shot the Rapid Strike. So you could potentially 1-shot a Rapid Strike VMAX with this deck. But if they snipe your Lombre at the worst possible time, that's not going to happen. And so they have the Bird Keeper, but I have the bosses. And are they just gonna... Yeah, I think they're just prepping for a Raihan play. And oh, Cheryl would be worst case scenario right now. But they played Bird Keeper, so that's good. So I will bosses, I think the big one, unless... I think the only reason I wouldn't bosses the big one is if I get the Shady Dealings Inteleon. Because if I get Shady Dealings, then I can... Well, 1 piece away. I was 1 piece away. Because if I had the Shady Dealings, then I would have been fine. But I think I just put some more damage on this guy. I mean, if they knock out my Lotad now, that's not horrible. It's not good, but it's not horrible. Yeah, I have to knock out the big one. So they're probably going to Gmax Rapid Flow my Lotad and a Suicune. But that doesn't really help them on prizes too much. I would have to evolve into an Inteleon. I'd scoop up. anyone who's a problem, but this is the downside to Rapid Strike Urshifu not playing the Inteleon line, is that you don't do well against other Inteleon. You know, GMAX Rapid Flow does 120 to 2 of your opponent's Pokemon. Inteleon has 150. So if I play my bench correctly, I can force them to knock out a Suicune, which is going to take 2 hits to knock out anyway. So they're sort of in a position where I can knock out the Suicune and hit this Suicune for a lot of damage with GMAX Rapid Flow, but then I leave the Lotad, and that could put me in a situation where, you know, they just Ludicolo and take a big 320 damage knockout on this guy. So it's just, what exactly do you do if you're the Rapid Strike player? I think you just knock out the Suicune, I guess hit the low. No, it really is tough. I think they need a Raihan this turn and a backup Rapid Strike Urshifu. So Raihan, okay, well, I think Raihan was their win condition there. And if they just leave this Cinccino in the active, I think that'll be game, right? As long as I don't just completely whiff on my last turn. Okay, so there's Escape Rope. That is actually kind of horrible. So they'll probably GMAX Rapid Flow. Who is the best Pokemon to go up front? I think maybe Suicune? Or is that just going to put me in a position where I lose the following turn? I'm just going to put up the Drizzile, see what they do. Obviously they're taking a knockout. So that Escape Rope, and there's the Cheryl. Eevee, you jinxed it, Eevee. They have the Cheryl in the deck. But they are going to GMAX Rapid Flow. So what exactly is their game plan here? I guess just find the Cheryl? And of course I top deck the Rare Candy. So that is just absolutely horrible. So I'll do that. Scoop Up Net the Drizzile. Put this guy up front. I am out of Lotad. I am out of Lombre. Doesn't really make sense for me to do anything else, but they are just going to heal. So I can't... The hilarious thing with Cheryl is that I can't hit any of their Cinccino either, because they'll just heal those. But I have to play it as if, oh, they're not going to get Cheryl, because, you know, they're going to draw, what, 7 cards next turn? So there's a slight chance that they don't get it. And I just have to hit into them. Man, that is rough, getting that Cheryl. What's their discard looking like? They got a ton of stuff in the discard. But surprisingly, they only have 2 Rapid Strike Energy in the discard. It's kind of hilarious. So please whiff. Fingers crossed that they whiff. You know, the funny thing about them putting Cheryl in the deck is that if I had Marnied them, that would have guaranteed them the Cheryl. So Marnie would have been just a horrible play for me. You know, my only path to victory was just hoping, you know, putting as much damage on the Urshifu VMAX and hoping that they don't get their Cheryl. And based on that energy attachment, I'm saying they did not get Cheryl. But yeah, that's a little weird. Why did they... I don't really understand that. They attached... Did they attach to just try and thin the deck? Okie dokie. So at this point, I think I have to go for a bosses. Do I have, how many bosses do I have? 1? I need to take 3 prizes. They only have single prizes. I could knock out this Snorlax and then 2 Cinccino, but that seems like I'm giving them way too much time to do something. So I think I just bosses the big one, put as much damage as I can on it, and hope they don't have a second Cheryl, or hope that they don't play another Palpad. So we're in the exact same position we were last time. Very stressful matchup. And I'm going to take a wild guess and say they have another Palpad or another Cheryl. That would be absolutely horrible for me. And there's the Rapid Strike energy. So definitely no more Cheryl. What's with no? No. No. Don't do that. Okay, well that's actually fine because they have Raihan? No, because they would need 2 more Scoop Up Nets. Like, they have to have another Cheryl. They wouldn't keep, you know, doing all this stuff if they didn't have a Cheryl or something. So what I need to do is I need to scoop up that Drizzile because that is a huge liability right now. So I could just evolve into Shady Dealings Inteleon, and I could pretend like I have... Oh, they're just... I think they don't have the cards. Like, I have to assume they don't have the cards right now. So I'll just pretend like I have another bosses, and maybe they'll concede. Otherwise, I'm knocking out that Snorlax. I guess just get Escape Rope and... Ooh, there's not really anything I need because I don't need a supporter. I guess just Capacious Bucket. So what I'm thinking I'll do is knock out the Snorlax, scoop up the Inteleon. But I'm just really curious as to what their plan is. And I'll attach to that Inteleon. No thank you. Scoop up, I guess this Inteleon? And then Blizzard Rondo, take a knockout. I'm only doing 160. They're providing the damage for me. I'm not doing anything. And yeah, there we go. So that was stressful. I'm not quite sure what they were doing, and unfortunately I can't see their deck list, but they just ran out of juice. If they'd played the Inteleon version of Urshifu, I think I lose that matchup. But because they were playing Cinccino, I win. First win of the day for Suicune. Let's keep it going. You know, it's kind of unfortunate that they offer the full art Rosa during the ladder that rotation is happening. You know, that full art Rosa could have helped so many players a few months ago, but they decided to offer it now, which is, it's a bit tough. You know, is Rosa even being played and expanded? I think you'd still go with teammates, right? Okay, so this is good. If I can get a Quick Ball or something, then I could Capacious Bucket, Quick Ball away a Water Energy, Capture Energy, and we're facing the other bear. So this is the much angrier bear. And I'm guessing they'll play Umbreon as well. So there's another Suicune. I mean, the deck only plays 1 switch card. That is something that worries me so much about this deck. You just play 1 Escape Rope, and that is it. Well, there's a Level Ball, so I'll get another Sobble. I don't think I have to worry about them taking a knockout anytime soon. So attaching to the active should be a safe option. I'll get Did I prize anybody? So I have 4 Drizzile, but I only have 2 Inteleon, so there's no reason to get another Sobble. I do have to be careful in this matchup because of that scroll. There's the scroll that does more damage for the more damage counters you have. So if they get that scroll and I put damage on this thing, that's actually really bad. So what they want to do is they want to fill up their bench. They want to power up my Suicune because they want to be able to do enough damage for a single energy. And I mean, this is not a good hand, but it's a playable hand. I can use Capacious Bucket, get 2 energy, attach the Cape of Toughness, draw a card with Fleet-Footed, and I do have an attack. Won't be a good attack, but it'll be enough to potentially 2-shot a VMAX. So I'm happy about that. They didn't get a Houndour down turn 1, so they're using Laser Focus. So I'm in a good position here. I'll be able to get that Cape of Toughness. I think it should go down. I highly doubt they're going to. Okay, they're really worried about me getting that knockout. Yeah, I guess potentially I could have had the knockout if I was able to get the Ludicolo and fill up my bench. But I mean, you can't really bank on that if you're my opponent. But I mean, if that does happen, they just lose the game. So that's pretty much the exact top deck that I wanted. I guess I have to go for another Lotad because I nearly lost last game because my opponent just kept targeting my Lotads. So Melony to that guy. There's Level Ball. I have the Ludicolo, but as weird as this might seem, I don't want to use it because I don't want to power up that scroll. I think it's the single strike scroll of Scorn. And for a single energy, they deal damage back for the amount of damage counters. And I think I just go for an Evolution Incense, because in that way I can get a Drizzile and a supporter next turn. I have the other pieces that I need. So Blizzard Rondo is doing 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 120, 140, so that's fine. I'm putting them in 2-shot territory. This is a good position to be in. Yeah, my issue, Eevee, with full art trainers or secret rare trainers is that when you import a deck into PTCGO, it will take that one copy and put it in your deck, so you have to manually switch it. So I kind of regret redeeming that secret rare quick ball when they gave it away. Same with the full art Marnie. Because I'm... Okay... Does Single Strike Urshifu play Tool Jammer now, or is this some spice? Because they are shutting off my Cape of Toughness. They have the damage boost with the Single Strike energy. I thought I was being very smart. But they have big brained me a lot right now. So that is fine. They have to get rid of all of their energy. I will take a knockout. So this is a really tough spot to be in. Do I... Man, do I can't even think right now, because they're going to be able to accelerate 3 energy into play. With Beatdown, they have the Duderson, but we both have full benches. So I will get Melony because I have to use Melony. Please tell me I have an energy. Yes, I do. So we'll go with Melony. So I think I'll fleet-footed first just in case I get an energy. I did not. So Melony to the active. Give me an energy. That's not an energy. I will definitely evolve into... Ooh, maybe not Lombre. So if I get the Inteleon, I can put a bit of damage on their benched single strike, and that's what I'm going to need to do to win the game. But if I have the Lombre, then I don't even need Rare Candy. And I am taking 3 prizes, so I might be able to get my Shady Dealings Inteleon if I need it. So I think this is the safe play. Just take the knockout on the 3 prizer. Getting some energy, that's good. I will need a Raihan or a Melony. I don't think the active Suicune is getting knocked out, so I think I'm okay in that respect. That's fine. That's expected. Yeah, reverse hollows are definitely nice in real life, except for, what is it? Is it the dark or the metal ones that you can't really read what's on the card because of the hollow pattern? But yeah, a lot of them look really nice in real life. Okay, so what's their game plan? They can use beatdown, that won't be enough. They can use laser. Oh, that was a mistake on my part. Yeah, I see where I screwed up. So they are going to need another energy though. But I totally forgot about Impact Blow. You know, you always think, oh, they're just going to evolve into the VMAX, but the Vs can sometimes do something. Because with the damage boost of Single Strike Energy, they're taking a knockout. That is not good. So I want to rearrange the order of my deck somehow. And then hopefully use like a research or something. That's bosses. Okay, well I am taking a knockout on their Single Strike Urshifu. As long as I don't bench a 2 prizer, I'm fine. That's a bosses. So what do I do in this position? I think I quick ball away the quick ball. How many bosses do I have left? Because I need to get another Sobble. How many bosses? I have 1 bosses. I have Level Ball. I have Evolution Incense. I have 2 Drizzile. I have all the juice I need in the deck, and they are not taking multiple prizes. And I'm not going to be irresponsible and do something like bench another Suicune and give them the chance to win. So unless they play something absolutely insane, I'm going to win this game. Because you never have to worry about reset stamp anymore. I guess I should hold the... I mean, if they knock out my active Suicune, I lose anyway, right? So I may as well just thin out a card from my hand like that. But I could also scoop up the Inteleon, put more damage on Umbreon. So how much am I doing? 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 120, 140, 160, 180, 200. So let's put some damage on that Umbreon. Let's capture energy. This guy. I think it makes sense to not scoop up the Inteleon because they might try and damage, they might try and pull up somebody, and Scoop Up Net, that works as your switch in this deck. You know, you play that 1 Escape Rope, and then I think 2 Scoop Up Net. So it's very, very thin switch opportunities here. So they can still accelerate. Oh no, please don't tell me they just got it. Please don't tell me they just got it. If they have Tool Jammer and Impact Blow. No Tool Jammer. No Tool Jammer. No Tool Jammer. You are not playing 2 copies of Tool Jammer. There is no way. And there's no way you just get what you need without playing consistency cards. Oh no. Hold your breath, keep your fingers crossed. No Tool Jammer. I think I got it. Yes, the spicy Ludicolo, so they don't think that I can knock out this Umbreon. I have some news for them. Win number 2 is coming courtesy of Ludicolo. And so you're going to see me knock out a VMAX with a... Oh, come on. Really? I wasn't slow rolling yet or anything. Okay, so how many tools? They just had the one tool jammer. Okay, so I didn't have to worry about that, but that would have been a crazy knockout. Suicune V would have been able to one-shot that Umbreon, didn't even need to quick shooting it. But that was a crazy win. 2-1 with Suicune. Let's keep it going. Okay, so this is not a good start. I have no other basic Pokemon, but I do have an energy attachment. And I think this might be the Sableye deck. I mean, it doesn't really matter to use Fleet-Footed or not, but let's find out what I get. And I got a basic. Interesting. Okay. Let's go get a Sobble. I prized 2 Drizzile. That is bad. And they will probably just evolve their Coughing into a Wheezing using Ascension, so I won't have my abilities. But that actually isn't the worst thing in the world. And there's Crushing Hammer. Oh, so this might be... What? This is like a trap stall craziness. And they got rid of 2 Wheezings. They have Toxicroak. I was going to say Toxtricity. They have Crobat. They are filling up their bench, which is good. They play Pokeball. I've always wanted to put this card in a deck and actually have it work, but that's the problem with Pokeball, is that stuff like that happens. So this is Eternatus with Wheezing, with Toxicroak, with Moltres, with Crobat. They can't have another one, can they? They have to be out of Wheezing. You can't be just jamming. No way. They have that many in the deck? Okay. So I will quick ball that away. Go get a, I guess just a Sobble. No, let's go for Lotad. Lotad, I think, is definitely the smart play here. Okay, so Melony. Does Melony even make sense? You know, the good news is that if they evolve into their dude... Just trying to think here, because that Wheezing is not going to last the whole game, but I know I prized 2 Drizzile. So I think at this point I just need basics, and then I can knock out... Well, those are not basics. And they have free retreat. I do have the Cape of Toughness. I don't... Oh, 140. Okay, well, I was not paying attention. You know, that's why you should always do the math. But as we all know, I am terrible at math. So my lack of switch cards is going to come back to bite me real hard here. Good news is that Moltres cannot knock me out. It can only do 190. I have to assume they're just out of the Coughing Wheezing combo now. They have a Coughing in the discard. They have 3 Wheezing in the discard. They have just filled up their bench with multi-prizers. Okay, all my supporters are going to the bottom of my deck. As Evie said earlier in the stream, Marnie taketh away. Okay, well, I have my abilities, so that's good. Which cards are you short, Mink? Might be able to help you out there as well. So, the good news about facing Eternatus is that Suicune loves Eternatus. You know, the more Eternatus... Oh, Cinccino and Octillery, don't know if I can help you there. Okay, so... Oh, jeez. Alright, so I Evolution Incense for a Drizzile. Get a Quick Ball. I mean, how important is Suicune versus... Just putting energy in the discard, because I can knock out the Moltres if I have enough basics. So I think it does make sense to just go for the Quick Ball, go for the energy attachment. But if I lose that Scoop Up Net, I'm in a horrible position. So I think I will ditch the water energy, get a Suicune, capture energy of the Suicune, get another Sobble. I could also get another Suicune, but might wait on that. So how much? And just a victory. That's the power of Suicune. Just a quick win against Eternatus. You know, they didn't have the best game, but we'll take that, right? We'll take that. And when I run out of these codes, I still have quite a few of these, so I won't run out anytime soon, but I'll move towards, I think, newer codes as well. I think the free code will be a permanent giveaway, so I'll always have the option, just the price might change and the codes that I offer might change as well. And when you start a Suicune, that's when things are good. That's when things are going well. Zacian is a tough matchup, as I saw earlier, but I have Capture Energy. I'll get a Sobble. Spin the deck a little bit, draw a card. Maybe it's a basic. It's another Sobble. Perfect starting turn. Hey, using that emote perfectly, Evie. Yes, you can always count on me for free codes. And you can even mute me if you don't like the sound of my voice. You can just mute me, rack up those channel points, and it's all free. This is not good. Okay, I can literally just win right now if I top deck an Evolution Incense. Okay, that does it. I think I just win. This is hilarious. Oh no, because they don't have any bench Pokemon. Well, that's annoying. Alright, so I'll just get the Lombre. Oh, well, I prized a Ludicolo anyway. So I'll just get a Lombre. I wasn't going to take a knockout anyways, because the maximum I could do is 220 and I don't play Tool Scrapper. But I'm going to do some big damage here. And I'll put an energy in the discard for a Melony or a Raihan down the road. There's another Suicune. So I think I probably don't use Level Ball, or no, I'll go for Level Ball because Evolution Incense can get me my Inteleons. And I think I should wait on the Cape of Toughness because they might play Tool Scrapper and that Cape of Toughness might come into play later on in the game. Let's go get another Drizzile. And do I continue the Drizzile train or do I, you know, stop the Drizzile train in the station right here? Do I want another supporter? I have bosses, I have Marnie. I guess I just get Melony. And that way if they Marnie me, I'm all good. Because I do have all three Inteleon. But I think if for some reason they just have a crazy turn and they knock out my active, then I think I want to have that Melony. And there's Evolution Incense. Okay, so Blizzard Rondo, 120. I have the Ludicolo sitting there and waiting. There's Crystal Cave, that's fine. I think I put enough damage on there that Ludicolo would still be good. Zamazenta V, only stops VMAX, doesn't matter. So I would assume that they play Tool Scrapper, but I will go after that. I will definitely go after that Zacian because that's what I'm worried about right now. Question is, do I have to, so they have 260, 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 120, 140, 230, so that's not enough. I could do, if I get both of my Inteleon, I think I can knock it out, right? Okay, well, I'll buy myself a little bit of time. You know, no matter what, I'm knocking out that Zacian this turn. I'll fleet-footed to buy myself some more time. So I need to deal, so 20, 40, so be at 130, 150, 170, 190, 210, 230, 250, 270. That's a perfect knockout. Perfect knockout, double quick shooting. If my math is wrong, you know that's what you've come to expect on this channel. You watch this channel, you see misplays and miscalculations. And free codes. But I think I'm doing an exact 270. Gets plus 50. I think I'm doing an exact knockout. No one is correcting me in chat, so I think perfect. Perfect knockout. The math on this deck just works sometimes. And that was, if I could say so myself, that was a pretty tasty knockout. And just a quick win. So I'm seeing that a lot these days with the new format. It's just, you take one meaningful knockout and it's like, well, I'm so far behind that I can't do anything. And this is a good start, not a great start, but it's a good start. The lack of switch cards is a problem here, and it's Rapid Strike Urshifu. I think I'm just going to go for it. So I will retreat, draw a card. Maybe it's something I don't need. That is also pretty good. So I will quick ball, I guess just quick ball the quick ball. And I'll go for another Sobble. I guess go for another Lotad because we saw what happened last time. Because I do have 2 Ludicolo. I have the full complement. Pretty much everyone has shown up. Obviously, I do need a Melony or something next turn, but this is a very good start. They're starting Passimian, which, I mean, doesn't really matter because they play Air Balloon and Tower of Waters. But I've learned from my mistakes. I went double Lotad. I think I can win this one. Oh no. Oh no. Everything is wrong. Everything is bad. I have messed up. Never listen to me again. This is horrible. This is the worst thing that's ever happened. Oh no. I am regretting every decision I've ever made. There's the... Wait a minute, what? Why did they attach the scroll to the Passimian? Oh, they're using... What is this? For each energy attached to your opponent's active. Wow, I guess they play that for... What matchup would you play that for? Because it's just attached to your active. I mean, I guess it is... Okay. But I'm going to guess that this is the spread one, and that is horrible for me because they can just deal massive damage each turn. I should not have benched that other Lotad. I should not have benched any Lotad. This is bad, but if they can't retreat the Passimian, and I can knock out the Passimian, they can't use Rescue Carrier on that. They just have all their Hop-Ips. That is fine. I will have my Drizzile, so I'm basically forcing them into a position where they have to have everything. Okay. So my quick shooting Inteleon will be very important in this matchup because Hop-Ip only has 40 HP, so I basically need to guarantee that I can knock out a Hop-Ip next turn. I do want to knock out the Passimian, so I don't want to use that Escape Rope. Cape of Toughness, I would highly doubt that they're playing... anything I need to worry about there. If I bench another Sobble, that is both a good thing and a bad thing. The good thing is that I could have just Scoop Up Net fun with my quick shooting Inteleons. The bad news there is that if they just get their Jump Bluff combo this next turn with Rapid Strike Energy and the tool, then I lose 2 Lotad and a Sobble. They take 3 prizes, and I am just in a horrible position. But in the sea of Dragapult decks, I'm actually happy to be in this position. This is fun. As horrible as this matchup seems to be for me, it's also kind of fun. Now I'm going to be taking knockouts one at a time. They're just putting the Hop-Up up there, but that's fine because it has free retreat, so that means nothing. There's the artillery, so they'll have whatever they want. That is very scary. Okay, so they're ditching a Jumpluff. And they have another Passimian. Okay, but I'm not going to bench any more Suicunes than I have to. They're going to need... They have the Skiploom. Okay, so they didn't go for the Rapid Strike Energy, which is because they had it. That's why. Because they just had it. Okay, so they need to play a supporter. Do they just have it? Like, they just have the research. Things are getting a bit tough. Please don't evolve that other Hop-Up. Leave that Hop-Up as it is. I don't care that you just got everything. Oh, no. Everything. Everything they needed. Good news is I can knock out a Jumpluff every turn. Bad news is they're taking a knockout here on my Lotad. Alright, so the Suicune, that's fine. I am in a pickle here. So if I put the Suicune down, I think that's a bad idea. I will definitely Evolution Incense. Because if I get Shady Dealings in Inteleon, I can go for a double Evolution Incense. Or I can do double Scoop Up Net and force them to knock out 3 Suicune, which isn't that crazy for them to do. I think this is the safe play that I have to do right now. Put the Inteleon into play. That's not getting knocked out next turn. I do Evolution Incense and Scoop Up Net, or let's just go crazy. Let's just get that Ludicolo. Let's get an Inteleon. Let's say, you know what? I don't think you can continue this for 3 turns. I'm gonna win. Let's see what you got. So I want the Ludicolo, thinning out the deck. I just need a Scoop Up Net. And they'll still have to knock out 2 Suicune. So I want that Suicune down. I want to Marnie, and I would very much like an energy right now, please. We take those. And there's the Scoop Up Net. That's perfect. I will definitely attach that water energy. I will hit their Skiploom. And then I will scoop up the, I guess, Ludicolo. And no one else will see the bench. And that is fine because I'm doing... Oh yeah. What? I thought... Oh, it's your basic Pokemon. Right. So they have to knock out 2 Suicune to win the game as long as I don't bench anybody else. And that's a smart play on their part. I might be able to get an Escape Rope or something. They just have the Jumpluff, so if they attach an energy, well, there's Raihan. But this is good. I like this matchup, how it's shaken up. You know, any single prizer that can do a lot of damage, especially to the bench, and surprise somebody, you know, I thought 100%, you start Passimian, you don't think, oh, this is Jumpluff, you think, oh, this is Rapid Strike Urshifu. So you play it as if I have to go really fast. I have to get that Ludicolo set up as fast as possible to knock out a VMAX. And then they're just like, nope, sorry, Jumpluff time. But they have to be out of Jumpluff, right? They're down 2, they have 1. Please tell me they had it all. They just had it all. And they have another Hop-Up. Now that's just mean. That is very mean because I went with the Shady Dealings Inteleon instead of quick shooting. I would have been able to just knock out their Hop-Ips, so I'm very much regretting that decision now. I'm regretting everything. So quick shooting. You know, there's no way they get it again, right? There's no way they can just do everything they just did one more time. So the Sobble's going down. I will Capture Energy the Suicune. I don't think I want to risk. I'm not that crazy. Let's scoop up this Inteleon. Research it all away. There's a Cape of Toughness, that's good. Blizzard Rondo, okay. There's no way that they can do that again. Absolutely no way. Obviously they can just take next turn and relax. But there's no way they do that again. They need Rescue Carrier. They need a lot. You know, leaving that Inteleon on the bench isn't the worst thing in the world because it would activate Raihan, so I could Raihan for like an Escape Rope, and I think anybody on their bench would be a great target for me. Okay, so no Raihan shenanigans. That's good. They are down. They have 3 Jumpluff in the discard, 1 on the field, so they have no more Jumpluff in their deck. They have 3 Skiploom spoken for. They must be out of resources at this point. And Cheese Dude Bro, thank you for the follow. If you redeem your 300 channel points, you can choose one of the free codes and I'll send it to you in a whisper. And there's the Rescue Carrier, of course. So they will go for a Skiploom, protect that. The good news is that they cannot do their spread attack. Oh, and it's just a pass. Okay, so I have Drizzile. I go for bosses on the Jumpluff. Yes, bosses the Jumpluff. 100%, no hesitation. I think... Does it make sense to put the Suicune down? That Jumpluff's getting knocked out. Because if I put the Suicune down, that is another target, but they would have to deal 120, 120. It doesn't have a Cape of Toughness. I still think I'm in a really tough position here, but I think I just hold the hand. Blizzard Rondo. Knock out the Jumpluff. They don't have a Hop-Up on the bench. I still have another quick shooting Inteleon, so if they put a Hop-Up down, I can knock it out. They would need bosses. They're out of Jumpluff. We all know that. Oh, they're not out of Jumpluff. Okay, never mind. They're out of Jumpluff. That's gotta be game. Oh, they just had it. Okay, that is... Okay, so if they don't have a bosses, I'm still fine. Because if they put a Hop-Up down, I can just quick shooting. I will need to obviously find my other quick shooting Inteleon. But come on, please tell me you're just out of resources. That's what you have to do against these single prizers sometimes. You just have to run them out of their resources. You know, a deck like Jumpluff, 12 cards are put towards the Jumpluff line. You have to play a 4/4/4. That's a rare thing you ever want to do. Okay. So hang on, 20, 40, 60, 80, 100. How much do you have? You have 110. So there's no way they can win because I'm knocking out the Pissimian. because they would need Tool Scrapper, Passimian, double spread to both my Suicune on the bench, knock out the Inteleon. Like, if they have the absolute craziest turn in the world, they can win the game, but they would need Tool Scrapper to get rid of both Cape of Toughness. They would need to have an Escape Rope or something to put both my Suicune on the bench, but obviously I wouldn't do that because I'm not crazy. So they would need Tool Scrapper, Boss's Orders on the Inteleon, the Spread card, and another Passimian. So it's not impossible, but they need pretty much the greatest turn in the history of... Don't do that. Please don't do that. I request that you do not do that. Would you kindly please not do something like that and freak me out right now? Okay, so they're using research. They're out of cards. There's the Rapid Strike Scroll of Swirls. Because they don't have Passimian, they can't do it. They're going to be just short of the victory. Oh man. Do you see how close I was to losing this game? And I have the quick shooting Inteleon. Yeah, that's a well played. I'll give them you have a good deck. The jump fluff never worked that well for me, but for Azure it worked. That was tough. You know, they surprised me with that jump fluff. That was a great game. Can't see their deck list, unfortunately, but I think if you're watching this on YouTube, that will be the end. On Twitch, I'll keep going. But that was a great game to end the video on. Suicune is a great deck. Because you have to knock out 3 of these things, it is not easy to beat, and it can one-shot a VMAX. Any Pokemon that can one-shot a VMAX and not give up 3 prizes is a really good deck. And, you know, it's because of Ludicolo. Enthusiastic Dance, just fill up your opponent's bench. Just, you know, hope that they do that. Maybe Echoing Horn would be a fun card to play in here. But the deck... when it works, it works. I lost 2 games early on, then I went on, you know, a pretty good tear. I like the deck.